So, hello students, let us continue our discussions on signals and systems. Let's start a new topic, Fourier series. So, with the help of Fourier series, we can represent any periodic signal, or let's say certain periodic signals that follow the condition known as Dirichlet conditions. We'll see what are these conditions. So, with the help of Fourier series, we can represent any periodic signal as a linear combination of harmonically related signals. Any periodic signal can be represented as a combination of some signals. Let's call them as harmonically related signals. Suppose there is an LTE system. Let's say we apply an input to the system whose impulse response is given as h of t. And here let's say S is some center. Then the output for this system will be given by the convolution sum y of t x tau into h t minus tau into d tau. Yt will be given as minus infinity to infinity x tau into h t minus tau into d tau. Now x tau, we have taken the input as e to the power s of t, where s is some complex parameter. You can write e to the power s into tau into h t minus tau into d tau. Now using the property of commutativity of convolution sum, we can write the same sum as in this form, or rather say integral, convolution integral. as h of tau multiplied by e to the power s t minus tau into d tau. So taking e to the power st outside of this integral, we can write h tau into e to the power minus s tau into d tau. Now if you observe this integral, you can see after the integration, it will become a function of s. Let's say this integral will give a function h of s. So then yt can be written as e to the power s of t into h of s. So what we can observe here is for the LTI system, for if the input is a complex exponential, e to the power st is a complex exponential because s is a complex parameter, then this becomes a complex exponential signal. So for this particular input, we get an output yt equals to the same complex exponential multiplied by some factor. This is the system factor. Here s is a complex parameter. For the time being, let's say s is a complex parameter. Now let's say s has got different values. Let's say s1, s2, s3, s4. These all are complex parameters. Let's say up to n times s of n. So invoking the concept of linearity for this system, since this system is the linear system. So suppose instead of giving just one input, we provide multiple inputs to this system. Let's say n number of inputs. Let's say a large classification of signal e to the power s1t plus e to the power s2t e to the power s3t and so on up to n times. And let's apply the using the concept of linearity. Let's scale it by some factor a1, a2, a3 up to a. And let us apply the same to this LTI system. So for this system, you can see the output that we will observe here will be a1 hs1 into e to the power s1t plus a2 hs2 e to the power s2t and so on for a number of input signals. For an LTI system, the output will be given as the linear combination. Why it is also for a linear combination of input, the output is also a linear combination of the corresponding responses of the individual inputs. What we observe here is for this LTI system whose input is x of t, and x of t is a linear combination of complex exponential signals. X of t is a linear combination So for this signal, what we observed? We observed an output yt, which can be represented let's say as a summation of n equals to let's say k equals to 1 to n ck into e to the power sk into t, where ck is ak times of h sk, and this is the coefficient of the individual outputs. Coefficient, a kth coefficient, let's say kth coefficient for this signal. Signal is a linear combination. We have represented this in a summation form where ck is the, so this is a sequence whose coefficient is given by ck. Once again writing here yk equals to summation k equals to 1 to n for n number of outputs ck into e to the power sk into t, whereas as a complex parameter coefficient of the sequence of kth of e to the power sk t. So if you observe this signal, you can see the signal is a bicase linear combination of complex exponentials. So this gave a motivation to the earlier mathematicians to represent periodic signals as a summation of or as a linear combination of certain basic signals. And one of such representation is known as Fourier series. So let's say there is a periodic signal f of t. It can be represented in a series form or combination of as a combination of complex exponentials. This is an infinite series for which this parameter, this complex parameter, is given as k times of omega naught. J into k omega naught. Since we have considered Sk as a complex parameter, so for the time being, suppose there is a complex number which will have a real part as well as imaginary part. So let's say for the time being we are neglecting the real part, we are left with the imaginary part. So Sk is given as k times of omega naught, where omega naught is the fundamental frequency omega naught is the fundamental frequency of Ft. So the same periodic signal, if we represent in an infinite series form, can be represented as infinite series. And this series is harmonically related. Now what does that mean? Such representation is the Fourier series representation, f of s representation. So what does it mean when we say harmonically related? Now Ft has suppose there is a signal let's say there is a square wave. F of t that's that whose frequency is given as omega naught with t naught as the time period. So if we observe k omega naught here, s is equal to j times of k omega naught, where j represents the imaginary value. So for integral values of k, let's say k plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 4, and so on. Since this is an infinite series summation, so for all the the integer values of k, so let's say for k is equal to 2, s will be j times of 2 omega naught. K is equal to 3, s will be j times of 3 omega naught. So these integral multiples so these integral multiples with respect to the fundamental frequency, this is the fundamental frequency or the frequency of the actual wave. So these integral multiples are called harmonics. So we can see that this signal is a infinite series or linear combination or summation of the harmonics for different values of k. We get for different values of k, for different values of k we get a harmonic 2 omega naught. So if we write it, once again if you write it here, ft equals to that will be c naught plus c1 a to the power j omega naught t plus c2 e to the power j 2 omega naught into t and so on. And so on. And for the negative frequencies, because this is k is varying from minus infinity to infinity, so c minus 1 j omega naught t, c minus 2 e to the power minus 2j omega naught t and so on. So this linear combination of harmonics, or let's say if we represent any periodic signal as a linear combination of harmonically related signals, then such a representation is known as the Fourier series representation. So we can give a definition to the Fourier series. We can represent Fourier series as set of or any periodic signal is represented as a linear combination of harmonically related complex exponentials or let's say or sinusoids. So for any periodic signal which is represented as k is equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power j k omega naught t. Now you applying the Euler's formula here, we know that this complex exponential can be represented as cos k omega naught t plus j sin k omega naught t. So this exponential can also be represented as a sum of sinusoids. That is why the term here sinusoid. Omega naught t. This representation is the Fourier series representation. And also these are harmonically related, very important point. For different value of k, we observe different harmonics 2 omega naught, 3 omega naught, 4 omega naught, and so on. Minus omega naught, minus 2 omega naught, minus 3 omega naught. So these are the harmonics. Let us take an example. Suppose there is a function f of t that is write 1 plus sine omega naught t 2 cos omega naught t cos 2 omega naught t plus pi by 4. Let us try to represent this signal f of t as a Fourier series summation. One thing to observe in this signal, that's how what types of frequencies are present here. One you can see omega naught, and here 2 omega naught. Omega naught and 2 omega naught are two frequencies present in this signal f of t. Now let us represent the same signal in terms of Fourier series summation. The same ft can be written as 1 plus, and for sine we can write e to the power j omega naught t minus e to the power minus j omega naught t upon 2j plus, this will be 2 into e to the power j omega naught t plus e to the power minus j omega naught t by 2. And similarly, this can be, it will be e to the power j 2 omega naught t plus pi by 4 minus e to the power j 2 omega naught t plus pi by 4 by 2. So what we did, we have converted the sine and cosine functions in terms of complex exponential by applying the Euler's formula. So we can write ft as 1 plus, now taking common side by side, e to the power j omega naught t this will be 1 plus 1 by 2j plus e to the power minus j omega naught t it will be 1 minus 1 by 2j taking another frequency e to the power j 2 omega naught t. We can take e to the power pi by 4 outside, it will be e j pi by 4 by 2, and e to the power minus j 2 omega naught t, its coefficient will be e to the power minus j pi by 4 by 2. Calling this as coefficient C1, this as C minus 1, this as C2, this as C minus 2. You can write ft equals to summation k equals to minus 2 to 2 ck e to the power j k omega naught t. we have represented this signal where C naught, its value is 1. If you put k is equal to 0, you will get this value 1, and C1 is 1 plus 1 by 2j. Similarly, C2 is, sorry, this is C minus 1. This is C minus 1, it will be 1 minus 1 by 2j. And similarly, C2 is given as e to the power j pi by 4 by 2. And so C minus 2 will be given by e to the power minus j pi by 4 by 2. These are the Fourier series coefficients. All the ck values of c. Fourier series coefficients. So with this example, we saw how to represent any periodic signal. This was a periodic signal because it is a combination of periodic signals. So we try to represent a periodic signal in the form of Fourier series representation. Let us again write the general form of the Fourier series representation, which is the infinite sum Fourier series given as ck into e to the power j k omega naught t, where omega naught is the fundamental frequency of the signal f of t. This is the Fourier series representation for any signal f of t. For this general expression, let us try to find the value of the Fourier series coefficient. Suppose we have already been given a signal f of t. We know its fundamental frequency value. Then in order to represent the same signal in Fourier series representation, we must know its Fourier series coefficient. So let us try to derive the Fourier series coefficient relationship. Now ft is given as summation k equals to minus infinity to infinity ck e to the power j and omega naught t. Let us multiply e to the power minus j and omega naught t, where n is an integer, both sides. So this is k. This can be further written as k is equal to minus infinity to infinity ck times of e to the power j k minus n omega naught t. Let us apply integration both sides. Integration over the time period of ft. T naught is the time period, or you can say fundamental time period. Time period fundamental of f of t. Taking the integral inside. So taking ck outside of this integral, let's observe this integral here. So what will be its value for k is equal to n and for k not equal to n? If suppose we put k is equal to n, then its value will be t naught. You can see here, if you integrate it, you will get t naught. And for k not equal to n, now see e to the power j using the Euler's form, it can be represented as cos k minus n omega naught t plus j times of sine k minus n omega naught t. Now if you apply integration here, 0 to t naught, then its value will be 0. Its value will be because we are taking the we are trying to find the area under this curve over a time period. So for sine and cosine, the area under the curve over a time period is 0. That is why for k not equal to n, k minus n into omega naught will be an integral multiple of omega naught, which will still be a sinusoid. So its value will be 0 for k not equal to n. So we are left with only one choice, which is k is equal to n. equating LHS equals to RHS. And since we can take only one value of k, which is k is equal to n, because for other values the value of this integral is 0. So this summation will be vanished because we are only taking one value, which is k is equal to n. For rest other values, the value of the integral is 0. So taking k is equal to n, we can write, instead of writing ck, we will write cn. And the only choice that we are left with is t naught. So Cn can be written as integral of 0 to 2 t naught ft into e to the power minus j n omega naught t into dt into 1 upon t naught. This is how, with the help of this formula, we can calculate the Fourier series coefficient. So for any signal f of t with fundamental frequency omega naught and fundamental period t naught, if we represent it as an infinite summation of complex exponential replacing k with n in generalization, for this Cn will be given as 1 upon t naught So this is the final form of Fourier series representation. And Cn is called Fourier series coefficient. This is the nth coefficient because C is in the subscript n. This is the nth coefficient. Now there we can see for n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, there will be infinite number of coefficients. Putting n is equal to 0, we can write C naught plus minus infinity to infinity Cn e to the power j n omega naught t. Always keep in mind omega naught is the fundamental frequency of f of t. Now as we know, this complex using the Euler form, this complex exponential can be written as the sum of cosine and the sinusoid signal. Right? So we can see, we can represent the Fourier series summation not only with the exponential series, we can also do the representation f of t in the as a summation of sinusoids. You can add c naught. So instead of writing c naught, we can add, let's say, a naught plus summation of n equal to 1 is to infinity en cos n omega naught t plus dn sin n omega naught t. So this is another form of Fourier series representation in terms of cosine and sinusoid. Mind it? In terms of sinusoid representation, n starts from n is equal to 1 to infinity. Now since these two series are equivalent or equal, we say, then there must be a relationship between Cn must be related with An and Bn. So let's find out the relation. Once again writing f of t as summation of c naught plus n equals to minus infinity to infinity for n not equal to 0 Cn into e to the power j n omega naught t. This can also be written as c naught plus summation Cn into cos n omega naught t plus j sin n omega naught t, and where n is equal to minus infinity to infinity and not equal to 0, because we have taken 0 already here, that is why. Now if you observe Cn here, they are both, n has both negative as well as positive values. So we can also represent this particular summation as n equals to 1 to infinity, taking both negative and the positive values of n side by side. So for n negative value, cos minus n omega t will be equal to cos n omega naught t only, right? And similarly, the imaginary part can be represented as to be c minus c minus of n sin n omega naught t. Here it will be minus because for the negative value of n, sign will become negative. That is why. Again writing the sinusoid form as a naught plus summation n equals to 1 to infinity a n cos n omega naught t plus bn sin n omega naught t So if we compare these two coefficients with these coefficients, we can write an as Cn plus C minus n, and similarly Bn as J times of Cn minus C minus of n. So if we solve these two equations, let's call it equation number 1, equation number 2. On solving 1 and 2, you will get Cn equals to An minus J Bn by 2. And of course, you can see here C naught will be equal to A naught. C naught equals to A naught. Just give a comma here. So this is the relationship between the Fourier series coefficients. So for a periodic signal f of t represented in terms of its Fourier series coefficients, what should be the value of these coefficients? We have already derived the value of the Cn. Now using this relation, let's say we write An minus Jbn by 2 equals to Cn. And Cn we have already derived, it is given as 1 upon T naught integration of 0 to T naught over the time period of f of t. Ft e to the power minus j and omega naught t into dt. Now An minus j Bn by 2 will be given as 1 upon T naught 0 to T naught Ft. Applying Euler's relation, we can write cos n omega naught t minus j sin n omega naught t into dt. So equating left hand side and the right hand side, we will obtain n as 2 upon T naught integration of 0 to 2 naught Ft cos n omega naught t into dt. And similarly Bn is obtained as 2 upon T naught 0 to T naught Ft sin n omega naught t into dt. And similarly A naught and C naught are given as, since A naught is equal to C naught, it is given as 1 upon T naught T into dt. This is nothing but the average value of the signal. So C naught represents the average value of the signal or the DC value, because we are taking frequency omega naught equal to for k omega naught when k is equal to 0. For k is equal to 0, The frequency will become zero. That means it will become a DC signal or the average value of the signal. This represents the average value or DC value of signal. DC component. There must be a DC component must be present here. As we saw in the example question, if we scroll over through the example, you can see here in this question, FT had a DC component. The same DC component this is the A naught, or if we write in terms of C naught, then CO naught is equal to E naught, will give the average or the DC component of the signal, the DC component value of the signal. This is how we can represent any periodic signal, certain periodic signals, as a linear combination of harmonically related complex exponential or sinusoids. We will continue our discussion in the next lecture. Thank you.